Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a yellow eyeshadow look and we're going to do the entire face, so let's get into it. First up, we're going to take our foundation primer. We're going to pump a little bit of that on the back of our hands and we're going to spread that all over the face. Any place that makeup is going to touch, we want to make sure we put the primer. Next up, because I have hyperpigmentation on my skin, I'm going to use our orange color corrector, dab that on the areas that I know I'm going to color correct, and then I'm going to take our concealer brush and blend that all the way out. Above the lip, you want to make sure you go downward, and under the eye, you want to make sure you go downward. You don't want to raise any parts of your skin. This is just a technique that I use often on myself and for my clients. Next, I'm going to use the two shades that match me best, which are Vanilla Bean and Chocolate concealer, and I'm going to put the lighter shade, which is Vanilla Bean, underneath my eye and a little bit above my lip, and then I'm going to take the darker, more skin tone shade, Chocolate, and I'm going to put that on the other areas of my skin where I want to either conceal some spots, and that because concealer is going to be our full base for the face. Okay, we're not using any foundation. So then you're going to blend out your concealer using a concealer brush, a blending brush, or if you want to use a full-size brush, whatever you use is totally up to you. I should have switched to my bigger brush, but I did not. So I highly suggest when you're blending out over the rest of the face, use a bigger brush because this took me a little bit longer than what it normally would take. All right, so I'm still blending, and I want you to do the same thing too. When in doubt, blend it out. So blend out all the areas where you have concealer. I did go back and add some chocolate concealer to my forehead, just a little bit, so I need to blend it all out. And as it warms up to the skin, everything will start looking like it's supposed to look. Okay, so don't worry about it giving a nice little sheen or ash look to it. Now we're taking Sculpt bronzer and we're going to warm up the outer perimeter of my face. That's where it's naturally dark because my face is kind of two-tone naturally. So I'm taking Sculpt and then I'm marking my spots, and then I'm blending it out with a smaller type contour brush all over the areas where I put that bronzer. I'm blending it out. And once that is done, I make sure that I go back and set every area that we actually put product. Okay, so we're blending out bronzer, we already put on concealer, so both of those areas need to be set. But let's look at the face real quick before we put on setting powder. Listen, it's warming up and looking nice already. All right, so now let's use our two shades of setting powder. I'm using Butternut and Dark Chocolate. We're going to take Butternut, put that on one of our velour puffs, and we're going to go underneath the eye and set over the lighter shade with the lighter setting powder. This is so that we have just a little bit of pop under the eye, but we're not making it too dramatic, but this gives us a little bit of pop. Then we're going to do the same thing for the outer perimeter of our face, aka those areas where we put the bronzer. We're going to switch puffs because we're going to use the darker shade, so we don't want to mix the colors. So we're going to switch puffs and go in with Dark Chocolate all over the areas where we put the bronzer. I like to tap it in lightly first and then go back in and press it all in. Tapping it in lightly because this color is a darker shade, so I don't want to overdo it. Once I have it all tapped in, then I take that same contour brush we used earlier and I blend it all out just to make sure you can't see where we started and where we stopped. All right, when in doubt, what we doing? Blend it out. And then I'm going to take a larger fluffy brush and I'm going to brush off all the excess powder that may have been on my face. All right, off camera, I did my eyebrows, and then I'm coming back with the Zamara eyeshadow palette so we can get into the eyes. So we're taking X1 and we're going to blend that right at the front of the brow, and then we're taking it about 3/4 of the way back, so right above your arch bone. Okay, you don't want to go past the arch of your eyebrow. You're going to go right there, and that's where you're going to stop, and you're going to do the same thing on both sides. So right under the brow bone, under the beginning of the brow, excuse me, and then right up to that arch of your brow. Then we're going to go in with more of our a deeper orange shade. So this is X, which number was that? I'll put it in the caption. There you go. So you're going to go in with that shade and we're going to blend that just to the outer V corner, right? So just right in this area here, this is where we're going to blend that shadow in. Once we get it blended, we can go back and pack on top and get the color payoff that you desire. For me, I didn't want it super duper intense, but I did want that orange to be a nice little contrast to the yellow once we put it on the eye. So once you have that done on both sides, we're good to go. We're going to now prime the lids some more. So at first we just used the concealer that was left over on our lids, but now we're taking primer and we're going to put that all over the lid part only, because we already have shadow at above the crease area. So I'm using a lip wand because it makes it easier, but you can use your fingers or whatever else makes it easier for you to put your eyeshadow primer on, but you do need primer. All right, now let's go into the St. Croix palette, and we're going in with S18, which is our nice bright yellow. You're going to put that on a flat brush, shake off the excess, and then start patting it on your lids. I start at the center of my lids because that's just what works for me. But you can start at the front if that's what works for you. Now we're going to keep patting until we get the color payoff that we desire. It won't take you super long, but you do have to go back and forth in that yellow just to make sure that you get all the color off the brush and onto your eyelid. You're going to do the same thing, same concept on both eyelids, all right, until you get your full color payoff. I do want you to remember to keep patting off the excess that is on your brush, because if you don't, some of that will fall on your face, and we already have the face partially done, so we don't want to have to do any wipe offs. All right, now we're gonna go back into that St. Croix palette in S19 that has more of a yellow shimmer, and we're gonna use that same flat brush, and we're gonna pack that color on the center of the lid. What this does is give you a nice little pop. Now with the lighting right now, you may not be able to see it all, but trust me, it really does show and give a nice little pop. Now we're going to take Rumel in yellow and we're going under the eye. You can use the eyeshadow, but since you already have concealer on your face, the eyeshadow may not play the way that you want it to. So if you use Rumel under the eye and just create a nice little shape following your natural eye shape, that's going to give you a better color payoff than the eyeshadow. But we are going to take a pencil brush now, and with a little bit of that same yellow eyeshadow from earlier, we're going to take that and smudge out that Rumel that we put. Okay, so we're not going down, we're just going over and out, following the direction that we originally created. Now it's time to finish off the eye. So we're taking Maria eyeliner. We're going to take and create a nice thin line. So originally my plan was to have a thinner eyeliner look, but you know how that goes with eyeliner. Once you make it big on one side, you got to do the same thing on the other. So keep it thin if you desire, but if you want it thick, you can rock it that way too. We're going to take the end piece and just create a nice little wing there, and then we're going to switch over to the other side and do the same exact thing for both eyes, so that we have a nice symmetrical look there. After we are done with that, we're going to take Loretta mascara, and we are going to put mascara on the top lashes and the bottom lashes. Now I know my lashes might be small, but they still deserve to have some mascara on them. Okay, the 5 of them deserve good old mascara. Okay, and Loretta does make the eyes pop, so we're doing it on the top and the bottom. And yes, you can put the bottom mascara on now because we already did underneath the eyes. Concealer's already on, so you'll be good to go. I'm going to put on lashes offline. I put on the Mila lashes, and then we're going to go in with some lip options. So first up, we have Coffee Lip Liner. All right, so you're going to line the outside of your lips with Coffee, which is our darker brown lip liner. And then we're going to fill the center in with Candace, which is our liquid matte lipstick. And this is going to give you a nice nude look, but with a pop, because even though Candace is a nude, she has a soft little peach undertone to her. So we're going to put Candace on. I have to, my OCD makes me go back and, you know, touch up the outer portions of my lip. And then we're going to take Carol Lip Gloss, okay? We're going to take Carol Lip Gloss because that is close to the shade for Candace. And we're going to pop that right on top to give us a little shine. And there you have it with the lip option number 1. Next up, we're going to give you just a lip gloss option here, and this is Misha, which is our nice warm brown lip gloss that has a nice little gold fleck undertone to her. Apply that all over your lips. You won't need a lot because our lip gloss is very pigmented and has a great coverage. And voila magic, Misha's going to give you a look, babe. A great look. So that's option number 2. Now here we are with Pam as our option number 3, because yellow and purple go well together. So Pam is a beautiful purple. She's a liquid matte, and you just want to take your time and put that all over your top and your bottom lip. You may go back into the bottle one more time, but it doesn't take a lot for our coverage. There you have it. Pam is a beautiful option with this yellow eyeshadow look. And then we're going to go in with the even more neutral look. just Tisha, our clear lip gloss. You can absolutely rock this look with a clear lip gloss. It does not take much, give you a nice little shine. And last but not least, we have Sita, which is our beautiful red liquid matte. Put that on with that yellow to create a nice contrast for a nice bold look. And baby, you are going to be stopping everybody in the streets, I promise you. So you have what, 5 lip options that you can use with this look. So no matter when you decide to wear it, you always have a lip option that you can go to. I hope that this tutorial was helpful to you. And if you have any questions about what you saw, make sure you drop them in the comments. And if you're not already following, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that like. Peace out.